no secret the media stocks have been hit hard this year. But what will the future bring once the recession is over? Who will come out on top, and what will these companies actually look like? Joining us with their insight, Tuna Amobi, senior media and entertainment analyst with Standard & Poor's, and Michael Wolff, Vanity Fair media critic, as well as a CNBC contributor. And of course, Julia is sticking with us during this conversation. Michael, I want to start it off with you. Julia had mentioned certainly the intangibles that are gained by winning an Oscar. She also mentioned DVD sales. In this sort of environment, is that particularly key, since we've seen DVD sales take a dive?
Yeah, well, everything is key. Anything that you can get in this environment, grab it. I mean, clearly the Oscars have always been a publicity opportunity. First, last, always. That's what it's about. So certainly now more than ever, any advantage in the market is exactly what you want. Now, is that going to convince people who have seen their salaries and assets cut that they should go out and buy the DVD tonight? Well, it might convince them a little more, but the truth is that they probably won't do it.
Tuna, from a financial analyst standpoint, is an Oscar win? Does it move the needle at all?
Well, I think Wall Street actually tends to focus more on profitability rather than the buzz from the Oscar nominations or win. I think the correlation there, but over a period of time, really, I don't think the data is conclusive that an Oscar boost could ultimately affect a film's bottom line, which is what Wall Street cares about. But beyond that, Melissa, I think if you look at the earnings period that we're just coming through, third quarter, I feel, was one of the worst ever for the media sector. I think the last fourth quarter, I would go as far as saying that it was actually a train wreck. So you've seen a lot of these companies announce a lot of impairment charges. CapEx budgets are getting slashed, and you've seen a shift of capital allocation to conserve cash in favor of debt paydown, as opposed to dividends and share buybacks.
Right.
CBS and New York Times being the latest example.
Melissa, one thing that we're hearing is in the fourth quarter, a lot of the media giants were noting that the DVD sales were down, and a lot of them were attributing that to the economy. But the question is, are people now finding new ways to entertain themselves at home? Are they doing less expensive things? Are they just watching cable TV? DVD sales have been the bread and butter of the media giants. They rely on those revenues. The margins have been huge. And the fear is that it's not just the economy, but it's a sector shift away from DVDs. And when we emerge from this economy, that the DVD sales just simply won't be there in the volume that the media giants have been relying on.
Tuna, what's your assessment of whether or not we will go back to being a DVD buying and DVD watching nation?
Well, that's a great question, and we've been looking at a lot of that phenomenon for a while. I think that clearly the DVD market is saturated right now, so the industry is focused on the next generation DVD, which Blu-ray is obviously leading that charge. I do believe that there's some the theory that DVD watching provides some escapist avenue for consumers in a recession. I think there's some merit to that, although that theory is being tested to the limit right now. But ultimately, it's still a hugely profitable business for the film studios, and you're not going to see that go away anytime soon.
Michael, we emerge from this recession. Who is a winner? Who is a loser?
Well, I think everybody in the media space is going to be, relatively speaking, a loser. Anybody who's dependent on advertising is going to be hit very hard. Among the losers, the real losers of the losers, I think this is going to be the most difficult time in modern history for the print business. We're going to certainly see newspapers everywhere go out of business, book publishers in deep trouble, the magazine business very hard. I think also stations, radio stations, television stations, these sectors that are exclusively focused on advertising, a very, very, very difficult time. Cable stations a little better because you have a double revenue stream.
Right.
But and even the movie business, DVDs are down, but the theaters are actually holding pretty steady.
Okay, got to leave it there, Michael. Thanks so much to you, Tuna, as well as Julia. We appreciate it.